So where does real motivation actually come from? And I'm not talking about the kind of motivation that just gets you through the week. I mean the kind that defines your entire life. Well, today, we're going to dive right into that question, and we'll do it through the lens of the timeless story, The Alchemist.
I bet this feels pretty familiar. When you're 20, you're just wondering, what is my dream anyway? Then you hit 25 and you start asking, wait, am I even on the right path here? And then 30 rolls around and that little voice in your head gets a bit louder, asking, is it too late to start over? These are the questions we all face as we try to figure out our purpose. And believe it or not, for millions and millions of people, the answers to these huge life questions are found in this surprisingly simple story. The Alchemist has had such a massive impact, it's been translated into over 80 languages, because I think when we follow this young shepherd's journey, we just can't help but see a little bit of our own search in it.
All right, so let's jump in where it all begins, with a dream. Our story follows a young man named Santiago. He's a shepherd in Spain, and he keeps having the same dream, over and over, that he's destined to find a hidden treasure all the way over at the Egyptian pyramids.
Okay, so right from the get-go, Santiago is facing a major choice. His parents, they want a safe, respectable life for him as a priest. You know, something that would make them proud. But Santiago's heart, well, it wants something totally different. He wants to travel and see the world. It's that classic conflict, isn't it? The safe route versus the path your heart is screaming for.
And here's the first really crucial moment in the story. Santiago actually works up the courage to tell his father what he truly wants. And his dad, instead of shutting him down, recognizes that same long-lost dream in himself, so he doesn't stand in the way. He gives his son his blessing and 3 gold coins to go start his own journey. What a powerful moment.
And this really brings us to the core tension of the whole book, and maybe of our own lives too. It's that choice between what feels safe and comfortable, and what feels like our true destiny.
What's so interesting is that Santiago is not alone here. As he travels, he starts meeting people everywhere who have put their dreams on the back burner. There's a popcorn seller who always wanted to see Africa, a crystal merchant who dreams of going to Mecca. They all have a someday that just never seems to arrive because the pressures of today always feel more real.
The book just nails it here. It says we start doing this mental math, right? We weigh what we might lose against what we might gain. And that fear of losing what we already have, no matter how little it is often the very thing that stops us dead in our tracks.
So, just as Santiago is stuck in this debate, he meets this mysterious old king who gives him a new word for his dream. He calls it destiny. And he defines it so simply. It's that which you have always wanted to accomplish. It's not some grand, complicated fate. It's just the true desire of your heart.
Well, hearing this just lights a fire under Santiago. He makes his first truly bold move. He sells his entire flock of sheep. I mean, this is his whole livelihood, to buy a boat ticket across the sea to Africa. He is all in.
And what happens? On his very first day on this new continent, he gets tricked, and a thief steals every last penny he has. Just like that, he's alone, he's broke, and he's stranded. The dream immediately turns into a total nightmare, and he is right on the verge of just giving up.
But then, at his absolute lowest point, he remembers what that old king told him. This one idea, that when you truly want something, the universe itself will conspire to help you. That thought is just enough to give him the courage he needs to take one more step forward.
And this is where the whole story really shifts. Because as we're about to see, the real treasure wasn't some chest of gold waiting at the pyramids. It was everything he found along the way.
So, Santiago gets back on his feet. He spends a whole year working in a crystal shop, learning about business, even learning a new language. He saves up enough money to join a caravan crossing the desert. And in an oasis, he falls in love with a woman named Fatima. You see, every stage is a lesson in disguise.
Now, what's really important here is that at each of these stops, he could have just quit his quest. He was good at selling crystal. He could have become a rich merchant. He could have just settled down with the woman he loved. I mean, these are good lives, comfortable lives, but they weren't his destiny.
And this leads to another brilliant insight. His love, Fatima, basically tells him, go. If we are meant to be, I will wait for you.
I am part of your destiny, not the end of it. The point is, the people who truly love you don't hold you back from your purpose. They push you towards it.
So after all these trials, all these temptations, and all these lessons, Santiago gets back on the path. And this brings us right to the climax of the story, and to the ultimate answer to that question we asked at the beginning.
Just imagine it. He finally makes it. After all these years of struggle, he is standing in the sand right in front of the Great Pyramids of Egypt, the exact place from his dream. He starts digging like a madman. So, where was the treasure?
He finds absolutely nothing. And to make it 1,000 times worse, some robbers show up, beat him senseless, and steal the last bit of gold he has. It seems like the entire journey, every sacrifice he made, was for nothing. This is his final, brutal test. But, as the robbers are leaving, one of them turns back and mocks him. He says he also had a recurring dream about a treasure buried under a tree at an old abandoned church back in Spain. And in that one moment, everything clicks into place for Santiago. The physical treasure, it was buried back at the very church where he used to sleep with his sheep. It was at his starting point the entire time. He had to travel all the way across the world just to learn where to look. But was the journey a waste? Absolutely not. The gold was never the real point. The book's true message is that the real treasure was the resilience he built from all that failure, the wisdom he gained from new people, the love he found, and, most of all, the deep self-knowledge that he was capable of achieving the impossible.
And that, right there, is the source of true motivation. It's not about the destination, it's about the chase. It's the act of pursuing your dream that fills your life with meaning and excitement. The possibility itself, that's the fuel.
So the final question the story leaves us with isn't really about a treasure map. It's a question for you. What's the dream that makes your life interesting? And will you have the courage to follow it, knowing that the journey itself is the real reward? It's a question for you. What's the dream that makes your life interesting? And will you have the courage to follow it, knowing that the journey